kind of a small haul for today, but that's okay. You got to come often and just see what's available. That was a little better haul from a couple days ago. That's all mostly poplar and maple strips. So hey everybody, John here. Welcome back to Catbird Hill. So this is one of the things that I'm sure Beth is probably mortified that I'm putting up on the channel. But I did a video maybe a year ago. I'll put it up in a link to that up here, where I was talking about enhancing our firewood bundle sales by adding kindling into the bundles, into the bags. And when we started doing that, the sales took off like crazy, and that's probably one of the reasons why we ended up selling about 400 bundles just in 1 year, just from a roadside self-serve stand. So the demand for the bundles was getting more and more, and I needed to get more kindling. So I was really fortunate. There were a couple of cabinet making shops in the area where we live here in southeastern Pennsylvania. So I reached out to the one that was closest to us, which is where I am now. And I spoke to the owner, and I told him, that what I was doing. And I said, you guys have a scrap bin, which is what you saw me climbing around in. Behind their shop, and basically they throw all the scraps from their projects, their cabinet making, all the stuff that they're working on at the time, and it's a real mix of stuff. Like you'll get, this is like a really nice, I just saw this is a really nice piece of maple, cut in half, just quickly on the chop saw. That's kindling. So I wanted a real quick and easy source of kindling for doing our bundle bags. And so I stop here maybe once or twice a week and just pop in and take a look and see what they have. And it's convenient. That kid gives me enough of a supply of kindling to keep the bags going. So that's my dumpster dive story. But there's another story here that we're going to take you to real soon. So just stay tuned. We'll be right back. even cut in half, these things are heavy. All right, there's more firewood storage. So these folks are also kind enough to give me their pallets. They get very, very large pallets, and a lot of their wood, their cabinetry wood, comes in on pallets, hardware, but very large pallets. These are basically 5.5 feet by 12 feet long. And I actually have come and gotten several of them fully together. This one was a little broken up, as you saw in the beginning, but I actually have gotten some complete pallets from them of that size. And I have a couple of them right now that I'm going to be putting into the Firewood Pavilion to kind of re-engineer, redesign the storage system back there. But these make perfect rows, you know, to line firewood up on. So very, very grateful. You know, I'm helping them, they're helping me. You know, otherwise they'd have to cut this up and you know, put it in the dumpster, and they get charged, you know, by weight on their waste. So I'm actually helping them out a little bit here. All right, let's head back to Catbird Hill. Got some work to do today. Hey everybody, John here. Welcome back to the firewood business. We have a beautiful day here in southeastern Pennsylvania. It's actually a couple of days later that I'm filming this after the first part of the video when I was dumpster diving. It's about 50 degrees today, just not a cloud in the sky. We've got gorgeous sunshine. Learn how to speak, John. And a little bit of breeze. As you can see, the trees are just moving a little bit up there. So we made the trip back with the pallets that I sectioned at the cabinet maker shop a couple days ago, along with some other pallets that I salvaged from them. And you can see here, these are the, this is a different style of pallet, but this is the full pallet. I have two of these here. You can see one stacked on top of the other, but these are about 5 feet by 12 feet. So my plan here is to get rid of this cobbled together base to the Firewood Pavilion, which, as you can see, really doesn't have much firewood in it at all right now. It's simply serving as a covered storage area for the beams that I'm going to use to build the sawmill shed. So here is what I'm thinking. You know, when I built the Firewood Pavilion years ago, I just used whatever I could find. This is some salvaged grating from an industrial site. They were giving it away. I put, you know, sections of that on cinder blocks. These are like, you know, maybe 30 inches by 4.5 feet. I've got a whole bunch of them. They're all different sizes. They're kind of at different levels. Here's some old metal grating that my brother gave me back when he was doing firewood where he lives, that he's not using anymore. The problem with this is it's very uneven, and as you know, when you're trying to stack firewood on small areas like this, it's very difficult to have a wall at the end of it. You know, the pallets are great because I can basically make, you know, bookends at the ends of the pallets with extra pallet material or, you know, pieces of scrap lumber. So my plan here is to get rid of all of this grating. You can kind of see it actually extends on the other side here. There's like an old catwalk and some more of that heavy-duty grating. I'm going to get rid of all these pieces, and ironically, the spacing that I have here inside the pavilion from one side to the other is perfect for putting two of these long these really large scale pallets in here, kind of end to end, with some room for me on the inside of the support columns here to walk, to access the wood and get to it if I need it. And then what I'm going to do is on the outside of the support columns, down in this area here, I'm actually going to put those thinner strips that you saw me cut a couple of days ago. I actually have about, I'm going to say maybe a 18-inch or so overhang here from the roof on each side. And so actually it's a little bit more on the what I would call the front of the Firewood pavilion here. It's a little bit more just because of the way the roof trusses were designed. So I've got almost 2 feet here, if not a little bit more. So that's perfect. I'm just going to run those these thinner pallet strips that I made from the large one, and I'm going to just run them right down here. That's going to be just perfect. 2 of those end to ends going to be 24 feet. This whole pavilion is exactly 25 feet long. So it just works out dimensionally. This is exactly what I want to do. So I just wanted to share that with everyone, that and everybody might have different circumstances where they live, but I know some folks have told me they really have a hard time accessing pallets for free. I'm really blessed that I have a ton of businesses and industries around me that are just putting these things out and letting people take them away, or they're throwing them into dumpsters. And it's a shame, because like this pallet here that I harvested from that dumpster, this is all oak. It's really a nice sturdy pallet. It's perfect, for firewood, storage. So I'm just going to take advantage of that. But I would encourage you to take a look around, see what businesses are in your area that might use palletized materials, when they get supplies. And, don't be afraid to go up and knock on doors and ask people if you can have the pallets, because it's amazing. I don't think I've ever asked anyone in the almost 20 years that I've lived out here. No one has ever said, no, you can't have those pallets. We're keeping them. It's people are literally falling over themselves to get rid of that material. The explanation that I got from the cabinet maker, because I did ask the question, hey, your suppliers, wouldn't they want to come back and pick the pallets up? And they said that honestly, with the cost of fuel, the way it is today, it's actually more economical for the companies, the suppliers, to just leave the pallets. They're not going to send another vehicle out to pick them up. So let's take advantage of that. So whether it's being green or recycling or repurposing or whatever you want to call it, hey, it works for me. And so I would encourage you to check that out in your area. Thanks for watching this video. We'll try to do a short video, maybe in a week or so, when I get this whole area reorganized, and show you what it looks like. I'm going to have to temporarily move these beams out of the way. I'm probably going to slide them onto that pile over there while I rework the base. And then I'm actually going to temporarily slide the beams back on, because this is exactly where I'm going to be building the timbers. I'm going to be, working and, cutting and doing my mortise and tenon work on all these beams to do the firewood, or excuse me, to do the sawmill shed. It's perfect. It's outside. It's covered. I love working outside, and this time of day, it's afternoon. I get a lot of great sun here, and it's a great time of day to work. So this is going to be sort of our temporary outdoor workshop when we start building the structure for the sawmill shed. And it's great because where we're located here is only, you can see the sawmill shed kind of off in the distance here. It's probably only 100 yards away from the sawmill shed. So it's going to be an easy commute, carting things back there, for actual construction and assembly using the tractor. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up button and make sure you subscribe with notifications so you know when we're uploading new videos, and please share this with your friends. Till next time, John here from Catbird Hill. Take care. And I hope it's blue sky wherever you guys are.